Good evening, Daf Sadi Amud Aleph, approximately 7 lines from the top. The last thing we mentioned was whether or not we hold the mahloket is based off whether or not we hold kinyan perot, kinyan guf, which is if you have access to something, does that mean it's considered you actually own it or you only have access without ownership? So right, we'll talk tonight is similar to another mahloket. Titania, Braita, Amwacher Avdola Acher, if someone sold his Ebed Kinaani to someone else. Upasak Immo Amanat Sheisham Minnu 30 yom. And he made a condition that the slave should have to serve him for 30 days. Right? So, like I mentioned, I'm selling you this, the Ibid, but I want him to work with me for 30 days before I let him go. Like the same way you would say to like a Khademe or a apartment, for example. Let me stay for 2 years. Rabbi Meir Omer, Rishon yeshno bedin yom u'yamayim, mipnei shehu tahtav. There's a special halacha regarding Abed Knani that if you kill him, and he dies within the first 24 hours after the hit, because of your hit, then you're chiyab mita. After 24 hours, if he dies after 24 hours after your hit, you're patur. So he's the first owner, the original owner, is chiyab mita if he were to hit him. He's under that rule because he's under his authority. He's still physically working for you. Because according to the Meir, because you have access to the Abed, he's yours. The says no. The second owner who's waiting for him to work for him after the 30 days is the buyer, he's chayab for that rule, but not the first guy because he is belonging to him. He owns it. Kasavar because he owns just because the other guy has access does not take away from the fact that it's my Eved. Rabbi says they're both chayab. The first guy because he's under his authority, he's working for him. The second guy also because it's his property. Because Rabbi Yosef was not sure about how it works. If it's according to the goof, it's not considered the goof. If I have access, does that mean I own it or not? Therefore, the both of them are patur because we are made in safek, and therefore he patur from the death after 24 hours. Neither of them are chayav. Is because the first guy doesn't own him, and the second guy is because well, and the second guy doesn't have. It's not his property yet. Marava, my time to be like, why do you hold neither? Markara, the pasuk says, "Ki kaspohu," because it's your property. Kaspoh miyuhadlo has to be specifically your property, since it doesn't belong to either of them. Therefore, none of them have that 24-hour leniency. Okay. This is seemingly it falls like a memar. The isha ish isha, man and woman. Shemachlu mechanizm log they sold milog property. Loss of lokum doesn't work. Kiman, who's according to Kribazar, well, is that if both of you own it, you don't, you neither have rights. Man Tanah the Tanaban, who's the bright Tanah is following Breta, Misha to Abed Hajj ben Horin, someone who has a half free guy. Mechin Ebed Shnushkafin. Additionally, if a guy had influence in Abed, but of two separate partners. And Yotzim Beroshe Varim Shen Hosrin. You don't go free through if you cut off one of the tips of the limbs that don't grow back. Who is it according to Ma'adera Mordechi Rav Asher, Achi Amar Ambre Mashmid Rava? Rabbi Eliezer, he's according to Rabbi Eliezer. It doesn't work because it doesn't belong to either of you. Or it has to be specifically one of you. And over here, since it doesn't belong to 100% to either of them, he doesn't go free through it. Okay, no Mishnah. Someone who blows into the air of someone else's friend. Read Mane, you give him money. Sidro, if you slap him on the cheek, you give him 200 zuz, which is the amount of ketubah. In the back of your hand, which is more embarrassing. You give him 400 zuz, which is double ketubah. Pretty expensive. If you pulled someone's ear, you pulled his hair, you spat on him and the spit hit him. You removed his cloak garment from him. If you remove the head of the hair of a woman in public, you also give them 400 zuz, double ketubah amount, a lot of money. This is the rule. Everything goes on the victim's honor, meaning if it's a higher honorable person, a guy more hashub, he gets higher embarrassment. Even the more poorest people look like They're the big people. Shem b'nei Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, because everybody's all b'nei Yisrael. מעשה אחד שפרה לראש האישה פשוט. One time a lady, someone pulled over her hair. באת לפני רבי עקיבא, she came in front of Rabbi Akiva, וחייבה אותה 400 zuz, and he had the guy pay her 400 zuz. אמר לו, he said to him, רבי תן לי זמן, give me some time to pay it. And he said, okay, no problem, take your time. One time this guy saw her standing by her outside her house. He broke a jug that had a lot of oil in it. Without hesitation, she took off her hair and she moistened it with the oil and placed the oil with the hair to like a little oil bath in her hair. He set up witnesses for this. I have to give her 400 zuz if she so easily removes her own hair in public. What did I do wrong? Checkmate, seemingly, but didn't work. Rabbi Akiva told him, he doesn't do anything. Someone who hurts himself, even though you're not allowed to hurt yourself, patur. But if someone else wounds him, you're chayav. Additionally, to have someone cut off down his own trees, even though you're not allowed to, patur. But if someone else does it, you're chayav, right? So just because someone does it themselves doesn't mean you can do it as well. You could do it, you're chayav. They could do it themselves. That doesn't make a difference. Gemara, Ibaylu, Manet Suri Tanan, when you said Manet, it doesn't mean a Tyrian, a Sori Manet, or Manet Medina. Sori is 8 times now of Manet, of a regular Medina. So with Sori is much more expensive. So what type are we referring to? The guy who one time blew in his friend's ear. What I mean blow, I mean like a trumpet, not just Marley. He said to him, here I am, and Rabbi Yosef Hagili, what that means? Have the manet tzuri, give me tzuri manet. Shamina manet tzuri tanan shamina. Therefore, we see it's obviously referring to a Tyrian tzuri manet, which is much more expensive. Now the question was, Rabbi Yosef, what do you mean? Here I am, and here's Rabbi Yosef Hagili. What happened there? Mara says, ELIYAHU, if you want to tell me Achi Kamar, that he's saying to the attacker, here I am, I saw you hit the guy, and here's Rabbi Yosef Hagili who says that you have to pay a tsuri, zil havid man tsuri, then go pay him tsuri. That can't be it. Why? It can't be that the guy who witnessed it can become a judge. Sanhedrin saw someone kill somebody else. Some of them can become witnesses, some of them can become judges. It's very tough. Rabbi Akiva says, they all edim, none of them can be an ed. Ad kan lo kamar illa miksatan na'asu edim. And even according to Rabbi Tefan, who said that some of them can become judges, witnesses, that means that there was enough and enough. But if it's the only guy, single guy, he can't be the witness and the judge. So how can Rabbi Nasi'ah be the judge based on his own witnessing? When did we say that it doesn't work? When it was witnessed at nighttime. When you're witness at nighttime and you couldn't see clearly, even though you heard and you could discern what happened, that's something that you can't judge. Different answer. I hold like Rabbi Zegli. The Amar Suri holds that you have to use a Turi Mane. And here are the Edim. You'll have the Manaturi, go give him a Suri. Actually, he wasn't a witness, but he was the judge. The Gemara said, "This is about Rabbi Akiva. The Inna Eid Nasa Dayan. The Rabbi Akiva hold that an Eid cannot become a Dayan, judge. But if a men were fighting and he hit him with his stone or a fist, just like the fist that is used is able to be discernible, like it's able to be inspected by the court and edim. So to every single case that there's an attack, you have to have the weapon available for inspection. Inspectionable. Make up a word. Excluding a case where you can't find the weapon anymore. Amar Rakiva told him because in all cases the guy's always hit in front of Bedim that she have the income hikao. They doesn't know how he hit, how many times he hit him. About mahikao, what part of his body he got hit. Al shoko, also part of show, whether on his leg or on in front of his heart. Additionally, say someone pushed off someone from the roof, from the top of a tower, and the guy died. Does the court go to the tower? Or did the tower go to the court? Right? So he's trying to show, like, what do you mean? Just because you don't have the weapon, it doesn't make a difference. you don't always have the full picture in front of us. We go according to the din. Additionally, if the tower fell down, you have to rebuild it so you could measure and do research. Ella, rather, just like a fist is discernible that edim can witness it. Of course, to do anything that can be judged by cases, by the edim, if they're able to testify in it, it works. Excluding a case where the stone was used was lost immediately and the edim couldn't find it at all. Yani the edim never found it. Telling me, regardless, we see. Amar Rabbi Akiva had said, did the bedin witness it? Shedin Kama whether how many times, but it sounds like that if it was done in front of them, it would work. I brought all that down to show you that the only reason why it doesn't work is because it wasn't in front of them. But if it was, it sounds like it would work. You say, no. Rabbi Akiva was talking in Rabbi Shem Hatimni's opinion. And in his opinion, how would it work? But he did not hold of it that an ed can become dayan. Okay, number 9. Shor tam shehemit vehizik, an ox that killed somebody and it damaged someone else. Danina tom you judge it for mita. Then you don't judge the money. Mu'ad shehemit vehizik, if a mu'ad damaged and killed somebody, danina tom you first judge the money. Then you judge the mita case. If you did the mita first, you don't do the money case. So the Marana says, because you did it mita first, what's the problem? Just go back and judge it for money. Very simple. I found the rabbis of the Bet Din yesterday coming to the end of the show and they're sitting and saying Hamani, who's according to Rabbi Shimon Hataniya, he is according to Rabbi Shimon Hataniya. Just like a fist has to be discernible to the witnesses. Therefore, he obviously holds that you need the assessment of the ox in order to charge money. And therefore, given the Gemara Dinan the Katla, since this ox is already sentenced to death, we don't keep it alive to be for another court case of money. And therefore, we don't delay judgment. We want to kill it right away. So therefore, once it was chayamita, we kill it. The Gemara says, and I told them, impossible. I feel to Rabbi Akiva, even according to Rabbi Akiva, right? We say this doesn't have to be a Rishon to me, but even according to Rabbi Akiva, who holds you don't need the ox itself to judge, you could be referring to a case over here that you don't bring it back, you don't delay it for the money case, for example, and you can't do it for money case because the owner left, and therefore he can't judge it for money anymore. If he ran away, then even if you didn't do the nifashot case first, how would you judge money cases if the guy's not there? Ran away. How do you do anything? Gemara says the kabel said barach. No, the guy was already there when the witness, the court accepted the testimony, and now they're just going to give the psak. The Gemara says, if the guy is not there, then how are you going to pay? Right? Okay, fine. Let's do the money case first. And the guy ran away, and you already accepted the testimony before. But if he ran away, he's still not there. So who's exactly paying the knas? The money. The Gemara says no, meridia. You can pay through renting out the animal for plowing. That's the case. Tam regarding a tam also. How come we said that you have to do money first, capital first, and then money, and you don't do any money at all? First, do the money case. Then let them pay through the plowing. Then do the case of nefashot. How come we skip the money case by the time? Let them do money, rent out the ox for plowing, and then do a capital. Nefashot. Gemara says, renting out the animals for plowing is considered like taking from the owner's other assets. And therefore, because it's a tam, we don't do that. Because even though it's the same ox that gored and causes damage, we still don't let it be sent out for we still don't require it to be rented out for plowing. Furthermore, question. Yesh omedan zakin when we do, is there such a thing as an assessment for damages or inomen zakin? Or no assessment? What does that mean? Do we say that for killing we perform an assessment? Do we say that the attack that happened, that what was used, how it happened, was it enough to kill someone? That but or should not have killed him. Avan Ezekiel called do we damage it? Do we say like, oh, that knife shouldn't have caused this? Yani it was a fluke. Odim Shnar, we say no difference. You're always chayav for damages. Tashma, ma bor sheyesh bor kedei lemid asat tvachim. We had this a while ago, 40 dapim ago, that we said a boar has to have 10 tvachim to kill. Of course, sheyesh bor kedei lemid asat tvachim. So too, anything that has depth of 10 tvachim can kill. Hayu bechotim asat tvachim. If it was less than 10, then afat the chol or chamor b'met and an ox or donkey fell inside. Patur. Huzak bor if it got damaged, chayav or chayav. So now it sounds like my lab mitatam malaka hashib. Sounds like there is no minimum. Meaning, as long as it's not 10 tvachim, from 1 to 10, there's no death. There's a kinika, but there is damages. Alman and Zakin called do sounds like for damages, there's no minimum amount. We don't say, wait, if it was a half a tevach, it shouldn't have got hurt, therefore you're patur. Sounds like we're trying to prove from here. Shamina and Nodin Zakin. Sounds like we don't do assessments for damages. If it's damaged, you pay for damages, even if it doesn't make sense. The one that says, no, not a question. You didn't make a good deal. La. We're learning from maximum to minimum. Asara, when it says 10 tvachim, mita ika, there is that. If it's less than 10 tvachim, nezakin ita, there's damages. Mita leka, and there's no more death. You're not chayav for death anymore. And really, though, there is a minimum for damages. You have to check each time something gets damaged, the impact, etc. Maybe you'd be chayav to check to see whether or not it was eligible to cause this damage, and not a proof that we don't check and you automatically chayav. We'll stop here.